Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to our YouTube talk show. I'm Joey Leo Jr.
And I'm Cheeks.
And we're the good guys. So, first of all, we're going to just give you a few things that we're going to talk about today. We had a few people that had sent us a couple of emails and stuff.
They did.
And they gave us a couple of opinions on their point of views on what we should talk about on this show.
Some topics that they're just juicing at the bit
Yeah,
to hear.
they want us to talk about quite a few interesting things out there.
Now,
so,
the last show we had, you were talking about something crazy and controversial. The thing that happened in England we were talking about.
Right, right, yes.
I don't like repeating that.
Yeah, unfortunately. This is definitely going to be trumping what we talked about
Oh
on our
my God,
previous
something
episode.
crazy, isn't it?
Okay, so we got this email stating from a gentleman, Pete. He basically asked us to talk about or have a controversial talk about flat Earth.
You want to talk about flat Earth?
I tell you right now, I don't believe Earth is flat, but we can have a good conversation
Well, you're
about
already
this.
being biased.
Well, I don't think I'm biased. I mean, I've been taught this, everybody's been taught this, and it's pretty much common sense.
Well, that's the whole thing about dialogue. Is it common sense?
I think it is common sense.
Because remember, if they have taught you this for so long growing up, you would think that it's correct and it's common sense because you're just used to that. You're used to it.
Right, so what you're saying
So
to
I'm
me
just saying, I'm not saying that there's such a thing as flat Earth, but I've been on YouTube. You've been on YouTube.
Yes.
We've been listening to other people talking about it on the internet, and it's flooded the internet about this flat Earth conspiracy, and it blows my mind. I'm reading it. You know what? If I never even seen it on YouTube, say 6 months ago, we wouldn't even be talking about it. Maybe we would have, but I'm not sure.
It actually has exploded out there on YouTube, and it's been tweeted.
And more people are talking about, when you mention it to somebody now, prior to like 6 months or a year, they look at you crazy and want to smack you over the head.
Absolutely.
And I would have said the same. I would have laughed. But I'm not laughing anymore. I just keep it open. See, you're laughing.
I'm laughing still because I still think it's crazy.
People are talking about it. So I keep an open mind here. Now, we've been taught certain things. Now, how do we know that it really... I see you already want to laugh. But I'm telling you, how do we know that... Okay, what they say, there's images that NASA has been showing us all along. How do we know they're not doctored?
Are you telling me that they're brainwashing us since
How do we know that blue globe, it's the look this, they said this blue globe of Earth has looked the same all along. They've been changing it. It's changed. It has looked here, looks like this. Yeah, you see that beautiful picture of the Earth. It looks so beautiful.
This is Earth. This is Earth. Not a pancake. This ain't Earth. This is Earth.
Well, they've done a lot of scientific things on each side of the fence.
All right, let's hear your side.
Okay, look at this. You will see when a ship on the horizon, they've talked about this one.
Okay.
When you're looking at the beach or something and in the water you see a ship and it starts floating away.
Yeah.
At a certain distance, it gets out of your line of vision. You can't see it anymore.
Okay, yeah.
And they say that if it, at a certain distance, it's just the way our eyes perceive it. It has nothing to do with the globe, because they said because of the arc of the globe, every so often it turns a bit. So that's why you see the ship disappear. But actually, they've actually turned the zoom, and you can still see the ship. So how do you figure that one out?
Okay, first of all, let's rewind that a little bit. First of all, there's no amount of measuring to see the curvature of the Earth. There's no amount of measuring. The only place that you can actually see the curvature of the Earth is if you fly way up in the stratosphere.
Whatever.
I mean, you can't see the curvature of the Earth on the ground. They're saying, oh, you know, if I can see 10 kilometers down that way, there should be a curvature of the Earth. Well, the Earth is a lot bigger than 10 kilometers. I mean, you can't see the curvature of the Earth. I mean, come on, people, like, really? I mean... They're saying that there's a
Have you been in outer space? Wow. I know you want to go to outer space.
I love outer space and everything, but they're saying, okay, here's another thing. They're saying that there's no satellites out there, that everything that we are talking about, and we're our cell phones and everything, and our TVs and everything, satellite. There's no satellites. They're saying there's not one satellite out there that is all on our radio antennas.
How do we know? I don't never seen these satellites.
I think that's okay. Hold on. Here's
Why
a
are
great
they smashing
example.
each other up there? There's so many of them.
Well, that's where the digital things come in, and I actually saw a satellite crash to Earth with a good friend of mine.
Okay.
I actually did see a satellite come down and went right into a farmer's field during the day.
You saw this.
Saw it with my own eyes with my friend Tyler. We were driving towards Lindsay to where I lived at the time, and we saw we thought it was a meteorite. We followed where it went to, and we followed it. It hit into a farmer's field, and we actually went there, and by the time we got there, it was already locked off, and you could actually see the debris
You mean it was already, people were there already?
Absolutely, yeah. They beat us.
Maybe they're just trying to hide it because it wasn't really up there.
It was a satellite. It was actually absolutely a satellite. You could see the panels and everything. It was a satellite.
Okay, it was a
100%.
satellite.
So
Okay, that's just an example.
Okay, but this is where I had real good kind of evidence of this situation, where kind of to prove the flat Earth theory wrong.
Well.
Okay, so if we are doing GPS and everything, right? Everybody has GPS on their phones and in their cars and everything, how to get to where or whatever. And if there's no satellites or if there's nothing up there, how do if we can go on our phones or our computers and right to this moment, we can actually see a picture of our house and everything, and we can wave up there.
I
and
know, that's
all of a
freaky.
sudden-
I agree with that.
So
That's fine.
if there's nothing up there, how is that possible? Is there a plane
No,
constantly
it could be
flying
up there.
24 hours a day? No, I can't.
Maybe
It's
at a
possible.
certain distance they have those. But I'm just saying.
Absolutely. It has to be in the stratosphere. It has to be out of the
Okay,
stratosphere.
but we're talking about flat Earth, though.
I understand, but I'm saying people who say that it's flat Earth, they're also saying that there's no satellites, that the moon landing was all fake.
Okay, that's
right.
That's
They're
another
saying-
topic. The
Yes.
moon landing. They always say, well, they doctored that. You know that's another conspiracy.
Yeah.
That there was that famous director. What was his name? I'm trying to remember his name. He made 2001: Space Odyssey. The director was Stanley Kubrick.
Of the
2001: Space Odyssey.
Right. Okay.
Apparently, on the YouTube, if you check this out, they says that Stanley Kubrick was actually approached by NASA to help them with a propaganda video to make it look like there was a space landing. I know it's funny, but we always say that they doctored the files because of, they never made it to moon. They wanted to beat the Russians.
Right.
And
Well,
if you
of
can
course.
make propaganda to look like it, people will believe it.
Right. Okay, but now if it all happened nowadays, right, and we weren't to the moon ever before, and now they say we went to the moon, I could see it being a conspiracy now because of all our technology and all the
For sure.
CGI and everything, how good it is now. But back then, we did not have that technology to do CGI as good as it was to make people look like they're floating. You see those old movies, right, back in the 60s, right, and stuff, even in the 70s, when people were floating, you could see the wires on the people when they were floating and hanging, right?
NASA's ahead of its time.
You can't fake
They
that.
have
Come
crazy
on.
technology that we don't
All right,
know.
but all right, that alone, I mean, who out there believes that the Earth is flat?
Well, you're gonna have hundreds and thousands of maybe people who comment on this all this time.
I would love to
Tons of
see out there.
videos.
We're gonna have a little poll on this one here too.
If you believe in flat Earth,
If you believe
Or do you
in flat Earth, or if you believe that Earth is round. So if you look
Okay,
right up here
that's
in
a
the
decent
corner,
poll.
if you look up in the corner, we have a little icon, and
Okay.
just click on that icon, and you'll see our poll
I
there.
bet you at least 20% of people now are kind of on the fence about thinking about that.
I don't understand how people can be on the fence of that.
I know, it's
we were
because-
taught one thing, and I don't
Yes,
think
and I
that
believe
I
that.
don't think that people
I know.
would actually lie
I'm
to
just
us in that
saying,
sense.
keeping
I mean,
an open
governments
mind.
do lie.
Keeping an open mind, that's all. Because people, whatever they tell people, and you believe it, how do you know it's not 100%? How do you know it's true? Maybe there is some talk about, we hear it more and more, and they have such compelling evidence. Like,
Okay, what's the evidence? Give
Okay.
me some sort of
okay,
example.
remember the expedition that they were talking about?
The expedition.
To Antarctica back in 47, a general with an armada of ships, went
Yep.
to Antarctica.
Right.
And he talked about it on a talk show. It's on YouTube, and he mentioned something was there, and they basically left.
Something was in
They're
Antarctica?
just talking about something, and we never really went back. Really, Antarctica is pretty quiet. Nothing really happens there. Nobody's really taken it as a country. It's pretty much like an open.
Well, no,
kind of
Antarctica
thing.
is not a country. There's no
Nobody's,
like penguins or
taking it
anything
as
there,
their own.
right? Or
It's
is there penguins in Antarctica?
Yes.
There is penguins, right? Not in the Arctic.
At least we're believing they're not CGI'd.
Now, if you go on the internet and you look on, they have some pictures, really funky pictures, and we'll have one posted for you. And it actually looks really strange. Now, the way that they say that Earth is flat Earth theory is like a pancake, and it's circular. So our sun is in the middle, but it only goes like this around us like that, and all around us is an ice shelf. So if you were to go and sail, they're saying that you would hit a huge wall of ice in any which way direction. Okay? Now, that being said, the moon and the sun is up above it. So if that is like that, how would you explain the universe? How would you explain the
I
universe?
don't. Nobody
like the
explains
universe
the
is
universe.
an infinity. It goes infinity, right?
You can't imagine it.
It's bigger than you can even imagine anything, right? So if we're flat, that means the universe is only half. It doesn't go underneath us, around us.
I don't
or
know.
anything.
It's crazy.
I just
I know it doesn't.
that the flat
You can't
Earth
get over
theory
thinking that it's true.
is not true, and I
But you
can't
can't
wrap my
say
head-
it's not true because you don't have the evidence to say it's true.
Myself,
You
I believe that the Earth is round, so
You
I
believe it.
say myself that I don't believe
Unless
that
you've
the
seen
Earth
it,
is
you
flat.
can't say it's 100%.
Well, give me another example then.
Well, because they're saying that if it's, take it for example, if you take the picture of the United Nations, the emblem.
Okay.
If you put it down,
Yeah.
that's another thing they talk about flat Earth.
Okay.
Is that they're even showing you, and they've laid this out for us to see, and we're not picking it up. If you if you take the United Nations logo,
Right.
and you put it down, it's a flat image of Earth, of
Right.
all the continents.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
We'll get a picture of
That's
that
a
for
true
you guys
thing.
there. So-
Why is that? If you lay it out, and then they
Well-
actually made the diagram of Antarctica around there.
I will give you the reason for that.
Okay.
My thought of a reason for that. I don't know if this is true or not. Okay, this is just what I think why that is. I think they did that because they're the United Nations. They represent all the countries, the entire globe. So if you were to put the globe and you just show the partial globe, you don't see all the other countries behind it. So
Possibly.
I think that they made it like that, and they just showed the rest of everybody else who they are representing, the rest of the world. So
give me
they're
another one.
all right.
Okay, you're gonna like this one. They
Okay.
talk about airplanes and
Right.
airline routes.
Right.
And there's only certain ways that they can get to countries. And this is on YouTube as well. Why isn't there direct flights in certain areas going to countries, like going from, now, I'm not really 100% sure on that, so you have to Google that or whatever, but they're talking about routes where they don't go direct, like from South America right to South Africa or something. There's all these different ways that they go. So why don't they just go over the Antarctica or go over the Arctic to get to countries so it'd be so close? Why do they go around like this? Because if you lay it out, it's flat.
Well, I understand exactly. So if the world is flat, then you would have an easier route to go to the planets. There's your answer right in your question. If the world is flat,
Just
it would make it
it's another
quicker
way
to
to
go
look
to
at
somewhere.
it.
But because the world is not flat and it's round, I say that it takes a long time to get to certain places because every month is different. You have
Probably.
hurricane season, you have different
Yeah.
things. So they have different routes all the time. And sometimes you can't get a straight direct flight because of weather pending or whatever. Or it might be just too far. Or they might have to do a layover, a stop here to pick up other people or whatever. Sometimes they make it a little bit more feasible for the airline company. But I say your answer was right in your question. I say there's
Yeah.
no way
You're-
that the plane can actually fly
Well, you guys check that
around.
one.
It would make sense. It would.
It's
Hey,
only
I can
open
get-
for discussion.
Okay,
That's
open
all.
for discussion. I can say if the world was flat, you're right. I can go from South America to Africa in like probably 3 to 4 hours. Now here I could go from South America to Africa in like a millisecond. Boop, I'm right there. See, really fast. But
okay, well that's on there. People talk about the airline routes. That's one thing.
I mean, it has bothered me thinking, why from Vancouver could we not go to China? Instead, why do we have to go from Vancouver to Toronto and then all the way around the other way? That has bothered me a couple of times.
Okay, so let's move on to that one.
Okay.
But how about this then?
All right.
They say that when you go to Antarctica and you're in the boat or wherever, and you're going to hit this big ice shield. They say it's like 200 meters or 200 feet or whatever high all the way around. And basically, when you hit Antarctica, they just basically turned around because they couldn't go anywhere. How do we know that ice shield all the way around is not the border of the Earth and you can't pass it? It's impassable.
But if you have a helicopter, you can fly on top of it.
But nobody goes to Antarctica. It's like a no-fly zone.
Well, no,
They say it's only for science. We've never really explored it. How do we know?
Okay, well, this is another topic for another time. But apparently, they say that the United States, mixed with the Russians, and many countries had gotten together, has basically a world base there. And what happened? This is a hearsay thing, but what I heard, and I think you can find this on the internet somewhere, was that an alien spaceship of some sort, a UFO.
Oh, now you're getting crazy.
Yeah, getting crazy. Had come there and they were fighting, actually. There was like a dogfight of planes and UFOs down in Antarctica. And that's why they will not allow anybody to go there in certain areas. That's why they say that. But we can talk about that at a different time. We'll talk about aliens and
can of worms
UFOs there. But I have something for you. I've also heard, you said pictures, right, of the globe. Now, I might go against what I'm saying right now because they're saying if you look at every single picture of Earth from space, they say every single one is different. Well, of course everyone's going to be different. You can't take a picture of the entire globe, right, from Earth. Well, so everyone's going to be different because the weather's different all the time. You can't get the exact same blue every single time. There's clouds, there's different, you have the smog, you got everything else coming from you. But then when NASA said yes, they do touch up the cameras because they can't take a picture of a round globe and flatten it. So when they do flatten it, they do have to kind of like splice it. So when they open it up and you see the flat part of the Earth, they do just fill in the oceans of it.
But there's programs like Adobe and these audio video programs that actually they've even showed pictures of the Earth, at the globe, and it's people who actually detect this. They've seen where they've copied and pasted certain parts of the globe, and they've actually seen where they've actually copied and pasted it, and they can tell from the pigments and all the pixels and everything. They go, see, this is the same as this one, and all they've done is copy and paste. That's another thing you can check out. So that's where they take these images and they're doctoring these images, and we could talk about this all day about flat Earth, okay? But the reason we're talking about it is because it's open for discussion.
It's definitely open for discussion.
Right, so that's about it.
And I have to say, Pete, thanks for,
See what you open a can of worms? Look, he's getting crazy over here.
I'm getting crazy. It's a crazy talk show. We're having fun. We're having fun here, and it's all about having fun and having a good controversial question. And thanks, Pete, for that question. And I hope that, we answer some of your questions on that. I think we also had a couple other topics that were sent in to us by a couple other of our fans and viewers out there. And we'll get into those topics a little bit later, like the UFOs and stuff like that. And you know what? We might even have a special guest from MUFON on our show too. So that'll be MUFON. MUFON.
You want to tell the listeners what MUFON is?
MUFO.
Oh, you're telling me to F off now? I wanted just a open dialogue.
MUFON is basically
you're getting nasty.
A group of people, an organization of people who investigate the paranormal activities, not paranormal activities, but the investigation of UFOs and people who have encountered UFOs or people who have viewed UFOs, have seen something, who have maybe had a different encounter, a second encounter, a third encounter, a fourth encounter of with aliens or of different alien beings, different sorts. So that's a really big topic. We can talk for days on that topic.
We'll move on because we can talk about that. It sounds juicy, Joey, very juicy.
Yeah, oh yeah. So, that being said, we'll leave that at that.
Let's take a little, a quick break. And we'll be back after our commercial sponsor. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. That was our commercial break, Cheeks. And what do you have for us for the food for thought corner?
Well, we're going to talk about today because it's actually a special weekend.
Absolutely.
And what is it? It's Canada Day.
Happy birthday, Canada, 150.
Yeah, it's the 150th anniversary. So, why is that so special? Well, you know how there's all these different cool kind of like... we talked about last time, Pepsi, the retro thing.
Absolutely,
Summer,
yeah.
Whatever it is.
Ginger ale. Oh, yeah, all of them.
One thing that's Canadian, which is kind of like a Canadian icon company, which actually technically is not even Canadian anymore, is Tim Hortons. And in Canada, and they have a contest called Rollup the Rim.
But it's Canadian still.
Well, it's technically...
I mean, yes, we're in the United States now, but
Canadian,
it is... Was it bought out by an American company? I don't think so.
It was.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was bought out.
Wow.
It's crazy. I know it's
There's
crazy.
something for you. I did not know that it was bought out by an American company. I know that when I go to Buffalo and stuff, I see Tim Hortons all the time down there. I know that people in Buffalo loves Tim Hortons and they love the Tim Hortons coffees and the donuts. Yeah, so I did not know that.
I'm just checking something out here.
Well, Cheese is checking that out. Just a quick review on what's coming to theaters. The Little Minions, not Minions, but Despicable Me 3. It's going to be a fantastic movie to be watching. Minions and Despicable Me 3.
Despicable Me 3.
Despicable Me 3, Gru meets his long-lost brother. So that should be a really interesting movie to see. I actually really want to see that. It's pretty fun. And I'm playing here with a little bendy doll. And guess who this little bendy doll is? Do you know who this is?
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean, the Beaner Man.
Anything else to talk about for Despicable Me?
The movie's basically all about the Minions are in jail. Gru finds his long-lost brother. Gru's brother is still an evil...
Crazy head?
Yeah, he's evil. Gru becomes good.
Gru's still evil.
Gru's good because he got married, he got good, and now he finds his long-lost brother who's evil, which now is bringing him back into the evil side and wanting to do evil things again.
Oh, I just want to see Minions.
Let's, yeah, the Minions, they're great. They're actually very funny. They're in jail, so it'd be really interesting to see how they got there and why they're there and how they're going to get out. So let's, everybody out there, give it a good
It's not a summer movie unless you have Minions and you go to McDonald's and get all these cool toys.
Banana!
Summer wouldn't be the same without all the crazy Minion toys.
Gotta have Despicable Me 3.
So I'm looking forward to see Despicable Me 3. Can't wait to see
Say that 10 times fast.
Despicable Me 3, Despicable Me 3, Despicable Me 3.
Faster.
Enough, Joey. Gru. Okay, so back to Tim Hortons, people. So June 28th, Tim Hortons was working to surprise us Canadians.
Right.
And they really did surprise us because we love the Tim Hortons Rollup the Rim.
Yep.
So they brought it back.
Wow.
And they didn't even talk about this.
Yeah, no, I didn't even hear about this.
Rollup the Rim, celebrating Canada 150.
How's about that?
And I don't know.
Did you roll up your rim yet?
Have you found a cup yet?
I haven't
These
even
are
known
like
this.
gold because people drink coffee, they go to Tim Hortons just to get a roll-up cup.
Wow, okay.
And so
I don't drink coffee, so I really haven't. I didn't even know they came back out with the roll up the rim to win.
and people have even roll-up challenges.
Okay.
And check that out on YouTube. I actually put a link for one. And they just start rolling them up and see what prizes they win. Like coffee, food.
Did you roll this one up yet?
TVs, all kinds of goodies. I haven't rolled up this one yet.
All right,
so I
let's
saved
see
it for
what
the
this one
show. First roll-up cup.
Drum roll.
You think I'm gonna win?
No. I don't think he's going to win because you hardly ever win, man.
Oh, it says Happy Canada 150.
Please try again.
What? That's crazy. What does that mean? I just feel happy. Okay, well, there you go. So right here, they'll tell you if you won something. And
How did you get this thing to work?
what is that? Oh, because I probably shot you real good. And that's it. There was only enough power to shoot
shot, I
you
was gonna go
those couple of times.
So you won nothing.
I didn't win anything, but so Tim Hortons,
Try again.
North America is one of the largest restaurant chains now.
Now, you said it was bought out, right?
Restaurant Brands International Incorporated owns Tim Hortons, Burger King, and one other company, a growing company.
Wendy's?
It's a chicken company.
Swiss Chalet?
Nope.
St. Hubert's?
No. American.
Chicken company. Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Close. Starts with
Popeye Chicken?
Popeye Chicken.
Popeye Chicken! Woo!
I
I got
didn't
that
know
on my
this.
10th try. No, just kidding.
They said they have more than 27 billion in system-wide sales, over
Whoa.
23,000 restaurants in more than 100 countries.
Wow. And you know what? We just got one here in our small little town of Stouffville. That's crazy!
There's a hashtag going out there right now. Hashtag is Rollup150. That's what's trending right now. And one of the prizes, which is cool to make it Canadian, never before prize, 10 ultimate Canadian vacations valued at $10,000 each.
Wow. Not to cut you short there, Cheeks, but what else do you have over there that's from Tim Hortons?
I know. I got something tasty.
So,
You wanted
yeah,
to see something
something
tasty.
else from Tim Hortons Steve has over there at the side of there. He's kind of sneaking on a couple of bites here and there. So, at commercial breaks, he's mowing down on the Timbit box.
Now,
Show us your Timbit box there, Cheeks.
Tim Hortons, for the summer and the special time they're having, I had to bring one of their treats that they have, Maple Timbits. Can you believe that?
Timbits.
Maple Timbits?
Well, they've had maple
That's
donuts
pretty
and
cool.
they've had maple Timbits before.
You gonna want to try this?
No, you can go right ahead, Cheeks. It's your
So,
corner there.
maple dip, because Canadians, it's about maple syrup, right? We're
Right,
big
right.
for maple syrup.
Yep,
If
absolutely.
you're anywhere in the world and you say, oh, I'm from Canada, they go, oh, maple syrup, or a beaver. And like, that's all you can think about in Canada?
Canada, we're the beer.
So and we're so polite. What do we say? We go along with it. We go,
Thank
yes.
Thank you.
We go, I
very
have a
much.
pet beaver.
Oh, I have quite a few beavers.
So here you go. There's a maple dip timbit. That's what they call it, a timbit. Maybe in the United States they call them holes.
Is that
Donut
maple
holes?
sugar dip?
No, I think it's just sugar.
Yeah. Well, okay. Give
I'm
it
gonna
a try.
try it, I'll
Give it
tell
a
you.
try. Tell us. Okay. So that being said,
The maple
is inside the donut.
flavor is in the dough.
Okay. Now,
It's a soft, doughy, bready kind of dough.
I'm not a big
Sweet.
fan of maple donuts
And it's actually, it'll grow on you.
stuff. Yeah, you like
It's
that. eh?
very light dough.
I like maple
dip.
syrup.
Yeah.
I like maple syrup, but I'm not a big fan of maple donuts.
Cool things for the summer.
Very cool. So, now that being
Another-
said, he has something else for you out there.
Okay, we always love these fun things.
Yes.
And I get a kick out of these. You
And
probably
these
get a
were
kick out of
retro
it.
too before.
Don't you love this? Summertime Hostess Cupcakes. But the funny thing is,
Hostess
the only
Cupcakes.
difference is that they just put some sprinkles.
Yep. Instead of the white line,
And everybody will buy these ones on the shelf because they actually I fell for this too because I bought this one I went for the regular one,
Yeah.
and then I saw limited edition summertime ones, and I'm like, you know, I even like the original had the little white swirly icing.
I bet you they charged you like probably 50 cents more for that too because of the box, right?
Dad, summertime. Great marketing.
What's the back there say? Let's see. Okay, so you have the regular cupcakes. The vanilla ones were my favorite. It has the squiggly line on top. Then you have your regular chocolate one with the white squiggly line on top. Now you have your special...
Those are summer sprinkles.
Yeah, the Twinkies. Everybody loves Twinkies, right? You gotta love Twinkies. I know the cops out there, they love Twinkies. And
I love Twinkies.
you know what? And then you have this right here that says limited edition summertime fun. And for people like Cheeks here, will pay 50 cents or $1.50 more just because it has sprinkles on top and not a
This is
squiggly
what
line.
you have fun in life.
You have to have
Right?
fun in life,
It's
right?
fun in life. Food is fun. There it is.
Oh, look at this. It
Not
comes in a
many-
single pack and not a double
Yeah,
pack
there are not
because they
many
usually
sprinkles
come in
in
a
there.
double pack. Right, Cheeks?
They're so limited edition, they ran out of sprinkles. They're limited.
Don't they usually come in a double pack?
They used to.
They do. Well,
Oh,
yeah, no,
some of them-
the,
I think
the
some-
cupcake ones, they still come in a double
Do
pack,
they?
but they don't come like that,
Oh.
yeah. They come with a double pack with a little cardboard piece
Yeah.
on the bottom.
Some packages are like that.
But now I see
Or
that
they-
just actually really surprised me. They come in the singles.
Maybe
Very
that's
cool.
the case. I know you can buy them in the store. They have a 2-pack.
And that's why you pay the $1.50 more. Right, Cheeks?
I guess. And I'll keep buying it. And you will too, I know it. So, moving on. What else? We were going to talk about something else.
Before we talk about anything else, we're going to just take a commercial break and we'll
So I
be
can
right
have
back
it-
after this.
I can eat one of those,
Yeah, let Cheeks have that. Go ahead and have one of those and we'll see you guys in a few.
I really want a cupcake. You don't miss that?
No, not really.
No?
No.
You don't want a diabetic attack like me?
Thanks for tuning back in with the good guys. I'm Joey Lale Jr. and this is Cheeks, and we're just gonna go right into another thing that we were talking quickly about things that were trending. The last time, a couple episodes ago, we wished George Clooney congratulations on his twins and
You did.
stuff. And
Lucky guy.
Hopefully things are going well with him. But something else that we found out about George, we found out that he did have a tequila company called Casamigos.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and the thing was, you know what? George Clooney actually created this company just for himself to drink, enjoy a
He
nice
bought
spirit.
it just to buy something?
Well, no, he created this company.
Oh, he created
right?
it?
With a friend of his, and they put a lot of money into creating the tequila and everything.
Did they actually sell anything?
Well, they ended up starting selling it, and then they had to go and they had to get a license. If you look at their bottles, the Casamigos, each one is actually signed by George Clooney, and also it's numbered. And I did not know that. Each bottle is actually numbered differently. So that's actually pretty neat. Now, the really amazing thing is how much did George Clooney make on this deal? Now, George Clooney ended up selling this company with his friend, and guess what he got for it?
Probably a lot of money.
They did. They got a lot of money. They ended up getting $1 billion deal. They got a $1 billion deal.
$1 billion.
$1 billion deal.
I can't fathom a
And I
billion
can't
for that.
remember the exact date that he started this, but I think it was roughly around 2006. So he's had the company for just a little bit over 10 years or so, and getting $1 billion deal is absolutely astounding. So basically they got $700 million up front, and then the contingency
Crazy.
of selling whatever, they get another $300 million afterwards.
Have you
so
tried it?
$1 billion deal. I can't find it. I would love to find this. Now it says here online, a 750 milliliter bottle of Casamigos can cost up to $55 American. So that being said, here in Canada, we're probably looking around maybe $70. You know, with all the freight taxes and everything, I can probably see that. So, yeah.
That's crazy.
That is absolutely crazy. Now, it also says here that it's now sold in 20 countries. It is up here in Canada.
It is?
Yeah, so keep an eye out for Casamigo tequila, because it seems like...
It's there.
It seems like it should be a good bottle of tequila. Yeah. As soon as I find it, I will actually buy it. And there's, like I said, remember we were talking about the vodka?
Yeah.
The iceberg vodka.
Iceberg vodka.
I actually bought a bottle of iceberg vodka. The next time we're on a show, I will bring that to show you guys what it actually looks like. Cause
I wouldn't mind trying that.
Yeah, I actually bought it. It's and the thing I love about it is that it's made with, like ice
Total
age,
pure water.
ice age.
You don't know what's in there.
It's made with million-year-old ice. It's amazing.
A dinosaur could have peed in that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's in the middle of the iceberg, man.
Oh, okay.
So
Something could have peed on it.
I don't think so. Maybe an alien from up above dropping it down, but yeah.
Canadian icon who just passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he passed away a while ago, but it was his birthday.
Terry Fox.
Terry Fox.
Terry Fox, happy birthday, Terry.
Yes, happy birthday.
God bless you. And you know, Terry Fox has done wonders for this country, running coast to coast for the cure for cancer. I remember when he ran through my town when I was little in Pickering that time. I remember seeing him. I remember watching him run on the 401 on our highway. I remember him running right through our town then.
It was actually not his birthday, but the anniversary of him dying, passing away. Terry passed away on June 28th, 1981.
That would be yesterday.
1 month shy of his 22nd birthday.
Yes, God rest in peace.
Yeah,
rest your soul.
So 36 years ago, on June 28th, he ran nearly 5,400 kilometers.
That being said, 36
oh my
years
God.
ago.
36?
36.
It keeps approaching everywhere.
36 always comes up
36.
all the time.
Now that's a discussion for another day.
That is a discussion because
numbers?
36 keeps popping up, and I don't know what this is. Maybe it's something to do with me, but every time I look at the clock or anything, it's there's 36 always somewhere. 9:36, 10:36, 4:36, 5:36. It's weird. Or you watch a movie. You watch a movie and the doors are the house numbers are 36, or the phone number is 36, or the car number is 36, or something's 36.
Maybe it's something that's in your brain that you're focusing on that certain number.
No,
and you
it's
see
either
it more
18
often.
or 36. 18 or 36.
For you, it is.
No, in movies in general,
Yeah,
you'll
but for
always
you,
see
though.
36. No, in movies in general, for some reason, 36 they use a lot. I don't know what the reason for it is. I don't know if there is a reason for it, or if it's just a random number that
could be a
constantly comes up.
certain thing that it's called, and we can probably talk about that.
Yeah,
one day.
we gotta investigate that.
Something.
We gotta definitely investigate that. That's a
something.
topic for another discussion.
So I guess moving along to, you have something to show us today, Joey.
Okay, we got the Joey 80s corner, baby.
Uh-oh.
All right, so what do we have today? We have quite a few things.
She's surprised.
What? Look at this, baby. Now this is retro from the 80s.
That is huge.
That is, what do you
Wow.
call this again, Steve?
AT-AT Walker is in the house.
AT-AT Walker.
Boom, boom. Where's the? Now, remember playing with all these dolls? And
Oh
you
my
trying to
goodness.
trying to make your own movie of the thing walking.
Yes.
Wow.
And then we also have.
Wow, that's
we also
crazy.
have R2D2,
Oh my
3CPO. We got Chewbacca. You know, we got a lot of these figures. Yeah, these are the retro figures, the originals from back in the day.
There's the couple right there. C3PO, R2D2.
And here you also have Yoda.
Oh, look at Yoda.
And then you have a few of the little sand
Is that
guy.
a Sandman?
You have the lizard alien dude.
Oh, lots
got,
of crazy characters.
Yes. Then you got you come to the new versions where you have Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
You have Darth Maul, which is the newer characters. Darth Maul. You have the originals. Darth Vader.
That's funky dog.
He's definitely one to be keeping. And in Return of the Jedi in that bar they had those funky alien dudes playing those musics. And then you can buy these now. The retro versions of these.
Oh.
These are great. You can get them pretty much at Walmart or stores like that. And if you actually look at the back, you get like it's
code.
Well, it's like a
Scan.
It's an old
chip.
Like a movie projector, an old time slide show that you would have. The slides. See those slides?
Oh.
And you can actually look.
Use that
yeah,
for
you
something.
see through the light. Look through the light. Look.
Oh yeah,
Right here, yeah.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen that?
No, I didn't even notice that.
These are Steve's, and Steve never even knew that he had these.
I just say, what the heck are you gonna do with that thing?
Now that's only in some of them.
Oh, so
Not all your
shot
packages.
from the movie.
Yeah, so not all of these packages have them, and that just goes to show you that's the older ones. These newer ones, they don't have those in them.
See, there's not so many of the cool figures.
Yeah, see, you have Collection 3, Collection 2, Collection 3. So.
These are probably only in the bin what was available. Because usually all the cool ones are already gone, so you're left with these weirdo characters.
Yeah.
But they're all cool.
Yes, they are. That being said, Star Wars was it was cool no matter who you were, kid, adult, whatever. To this day, a ton of people still
They're going nuts
die.
for all these toys.
They'll die for Star Wars. So you have the Star Wars over the Trekkies, right? So they don't like each other. Star Wars people don't like the Star Trek people, and the Star Trek people don't like the Star Wars people.
But they
That's
keep making
strange.
the same characters, and then they add some of the new ones.
Yeah.
And they just keep changing them for like different series, so they'll be wearing a different outfit, but it's the same Luke or same whoever.
Yeah.
And you end up keep buying it again because you keep getting sucked into collecting.
Absolutely. Now, do you remember what this is?
That's the freaky freakhead troll.
Woo! It's the troll doll. He's kind of naked.
He's not
you see
wearing
his bum, bum,
anything.
bum, 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 bum.
Let's can't do that on TV. Cover him up. He's already
He's okay.
He's already freaky
he's
looking.
a troll. You know what? The thing about the trolls is if you rub them or you did something with their hair, you make a wish with them, right?
What is it? You put it on a pencil?
You got the ones that would go on the pencil.
like
You
this,
can
and
do
their head,
hair,
all
yeah.
freaked
But
out?
the real ones had a gem in their belly button, and if you rubbed it, they say, and you make a wish, your wish would come true. That's the troll.
Oh, and don't forget, you can check out the old Troll movie that came out.
Yes,
back
Trolls called
Was
Trolls.
it Christmas time?
Now, who remembers these?
Yes.
These things were really
You're
cool.
really bored.
You you got these. What are they called? The Viewmasters, or like they were like
Projector in your eye.
and you just you look
Slideshow.
at them, the slideshows, and you just. And they're 3D. It's absolutely so cool. I love this.
Once you went through it, though, aren't you like ready to move on? It's kind of like.
Well, sometimes
how
not.
often
I
can you
mean,
keep doing that?
you know what? I could look at the same picture probably for like 10, 15 minutes. I swear. It's actually
Yeah,
really
back in the
cool.
day, you were bored. That's all you had.
Well, if you had nothing
But
else.
definitely, those were kind of funky.
Yeah, and who remembers
Oh.
the Rubik's
Still have
Cube?
those. People have them in the office, and if they actually can do more than one side, they think they're cool.
Yeah, but you know what I just saw on the internet? I just saw recently on the internet a bunch of high school kids created this robot that holds this, and it's not like a person robot.
Yeah.
It's just like a machine robot that will actually solve a Rubik's Cube by itself. It has cameras on all sides. It rolls it over. It scans it all. It rolls it over again. It scans it all. It rolls it over again. Scans it all. And then, like literally after 1 minute of scanning everything, it goes. and it actually solves the whole
I think we'll have
thing.
to put a link on that.
That's amazing.
I want to see that.
I would love to see that. And one of the old toys. Who remembers this?
Now, this was one of my... I actually had to go buy... I found this somewhere. I bought it at a garage sale or something. But
Really,
that
eh?
was one of my original toys when I was like 6 years old. It was under... I have a picture of it under the tree.
Tinker Toys.
And that was their cool Lego of the day.
This was something that could keep the young minds entertained for hours.
cool.
And not just hours, not entertained. This would make your mind so
Look at how
creative.
retro that
Oh, I
looks.
know. This
It's
was
faded.
so amazing.
How can you
that
get that faded
these
look?
Tinker Toys were just
Look at the
so
hairdo on
awesome.
that kid.
Absolutely amazing. Like, this is something that you can't find nowadays. And the
You
kids
can't
nowadays,
reproduce that
they
hair.
They don't want to play with these things. They want to play nothing but video games.
It's got tin on it.
Such a shame.
Tin
I
and
know.
cardboard.
I know. The whole thing is made of tin and cardboard. That's crazy. So,
Have you
yeah.
exhausted all the show and tell for today?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, that's pretty much
That's a pretty good
about,
stuff.
that's it
Good
for
load.
today. But yeah, that's Joey's 80s corner.
That's always interesting and always cool and retro. Thanks.
So yeah, that
You get to
being
go back
said,
in time.
Get to always go back in time and enjoy
have some
those
fun.
Yeah, enjoy those great
Now-
memories. We're just gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll see you when we come back. All right.
So good. They're so happy.
What the freak is that?
Charge it up! Charge it up!
No, okay,
Do not do this at home.
Say goodbye, everybody.
All right, and
We're back.
thanks for tuning back in. So, you know, we hope you enjoyed our show. We had a good controversy of the flat Earth theory.
We're still friends.
We're still friends on that.
We'll talk about it later, though.
Yeah, we do have a couple other theories and controversial things that we will talk about in our next shows coming up. Keep all those questions coming in on our for our YouTube channel. Keep them coming in.
If you want to send
email us.
Yeah, you got our
tweet us.
Twitter. If you want to email us, it's the Good Guys Channel at gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Also, thanks, Pete, for your emails, and I hope we answered your questions and answered the poll that we have for whether you believe that the Earth is flat or the Earth is round. So answer that poll. We'd love to hear back from you. We also like to thank our production company, Hangar 36. Also, thank you to our sponsors. We got Product Patrol and
Gary McGowan Real Estate Team.
Gary
and
McGowan
our
Real
media
Estate Team.
company, Share T Love Media.
Share T Love Media, our editor and everything from there. Also, we would like to wish Canada a
Happy birthday.
150th birthday. Yes.
Yes.
So Canada, happy
Party on.
birthday. We love you. You know, can't be more proud to be a Canadian. This weekend's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm sure anywhere in Canada. So go out there, enjoy, spread the joy. No hatred. Everybody, just talk to everybody. You know, be good to one another. And thanks for
Have some fun with
watching
those
our
fireworks
shows.
as well.
Yeah, be careful out there. Have a good and safe long weekend. I'm Joey Leo Jr.
I'm Cheeks.
and we're the Good Guys, and we'll see you next week.
Live life loud. Cheers and cheeks out.
Joey Leo! Ping! Ching, 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 ching! Pow!
Oh, where's that gun? I want to shoot you again.
Oh, now it works. How is that possible? What did you
I have
do?
the blue power
Let me
here.
see. Let me see this. What did you do? What the heck?
Oh, have a cupcake and shut up.
I'd like to have a cupcake. Give me a cupcake.
Oh, you do want a
Yeah, I'll have
cupcake?
a cupcake.
No, you don't get them. It's limited edition.
I know.
Oh, it's even more limited.
That way, I can say I had one.
You're actually gonna eat that?
I am gonna eat that.
I thought you didn't like those.
Oh, I like them. I'm just not
Now
allowed.
you like them.
I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to eat them.
Oh, you're not.
I'm on a diet, but it doesn't matter.
Oh my god! You freak!
Happy birthday!
Should have lit a candle on that one. Blow your nose off. something inside it. You poo up your nose. Actually, you know what? These are from last year. Sorry.
There's so many preservatives in those that they don't ever go old.
Doesn't matter.
Twinkies never go old.
You don't digest, you just crap it out anyways.
Twinkies never mold, you know that, right?
It's an experience, it's not for anything else.
That's crazy!